Hello everybody, and welcome to a video that is way out of my usual field. It's a reaction video. Oh boy, isn't that gonna be real fucking fun. Yes, yes. Now, I do have my reasons. Calm down. Calm down. I do have my reasons for doing this. And essentially, I was in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep, and I was making the mistake of scrolling through YouTube shorts. And I saw a YouTube short recently from a streamer, mostly streamer for as far as I can tell, who also, before all of this, was a bit of a spicy artist, let's say the least. And she was basically saying that she's totally down for people to react to just about any of her videos, and is in fact encouraging people to react to her videos and, let her know about them and things like this. And that person is Kinkymation, as you will see here very soon. Now, mind you, I have not seen any of Kinkymation's other stuff. I haven't looked at her other things. I only discovered her through the character design analysis reaction videos that she's been uploading, or the poking fandoms with sticks things that she's been doing, right? And that's mainly because some of those fandoms are my fandoms that she's been poking with sticks. I have quite a few fandoms that she has poked with a stick before. And seeing as she has given the green light to start this whole back and forth process of people reacting to her stuff as well, I figured, why don't I take my personal expertise and fandom knowledge, if you will, of being an amateur and of being an amateur game developer and a comic book nerd, and just generally being steeped in gaming amongst many other things for a very long time. And by very long time, I mean my entire goddamn life. And use that to sort of act as a cultural ambassador, if you will, and give a little bit of context for the sort of things she's seeing. Specifically in this video, which is her talking about, or quote-unquote reacting to, the DC Allies phenomenon, where it started as a whole thing, as far as I'm aware, on Reddit, where a subreddit called DC Allies cropped up, where it's essentially an alternate universe where Marvel Rivals doesn't exist, and instead of Marvel Rivals, there's a DC version of it called DC Allies. And so everybody in that subreddit starts talking and, LARPing as though they are part of that alternate universe, and that the people who talk about Marvel Rivals are just insane. But this is used as pretense to talk about DC characters, since she has very little knowledge of DC characters outside of the very surface level stuff. And her viewers have certainly done their due diligence to enlighten her, given certain things, but I figure a video response or reaction might allow for a more nuanced discussion on the matter. And, maybe this will prove more informative than random donations in text-to-speech, So yeah, I'm hoping I can provide some extra context, be, interesting, informative, and generally just enjoyable, right? Right? Yeah. So yeah, how about we do that? How about we take a look at this video? This is the first of her DC Allies videos, so we're going over a lot of the mainstream heroes and villains here. Depending on how things go, I might do more of these. She's done a Digimon one as well, and analyzing the designs of Digimon characters, the Digimon themselves and stuff, and so I might be inclined to look into that one as well, because I am a huge Digimon fan. I fucking love Digimon. I have 2 Digimon prints framed up on my wall in my bedroom here, and I play the Digimon card game physically. So I'm inclined to do a reaction to that video as well. But for the time being, let's look into this, shall we? This is, yeah, artist looks at DC allies with 0 DC knowledge. So let's do that. Naturally, in classic reaction video fashion, I will be occasionally pausing to provide commentary and context and yada 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 to the best of my ability. But please bear with me. I have never really done reaction videos before, I don't think. No, I don't think I've done. Well, no, I did the. Never mind. The most famous the video I'm the most famous for is the Dean Takahashi reaction. Okay, never mind. I have done a reaction video before, but I'm not experienced in them. So if I fuck up somehow, please bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm usually better scripted, but either way, enough pussyfooting around. Let's do this.
So as you guys know, the goated game DC Allies is just come out. Fucking brand new IP from
I love the community
and it's so
for
fucking goated. I have the initial
it's
roster
full
here,
schizo
and we're
mode.
gonna have so much fun going through them. Like, genuinely, like, where has this been all my life, you know? I can't wait to show the characters to all of you guys.
Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me look here at some of the characters in this art. We've got fucking... Okay, so we got some of the stuff you'd expect. You know, your Lex Luthors, your Batman, your Superman, yada yada yada, Cyborg, whatever. I see Dr. Manhattan there in the background. Dr. Manhattan in a video game like this would be overpowered as shit. And I know this kind of thing, including Dr. Manhattan in a game like this, is exactly the kind of reason why my dad doesn't like games like this, or Injustice, or any of that stuff. Because he grew up on these comics as well from like the 60s, 70s onward, and he is fully aware of what these characters are all capable of, and he just can't wrap his head around them fighting each other because it's all stupid. Also, hold on, I see Shaggy and Scooby in the background. What? Oh, excuse me? I don't remember them being here. I also see is that... No, that's Condiment King. Never mind. No, Paste Pot Pete is Marvel. That's a Spider-Man villain. My bad. But no, that's Condiment King. That'd be really funny if Condiment King shows up in one of these. And then up there in the upper left, if you see that with all the random junk, I think that's supposed to be Mr. Mixospitalik, which is the best pronunciation I am ever going to get of his name ever. And so, yeah, he is, oh god, he is something. He's a Superman villain, and, oh god, he's meta. That's his entire thing, he's meta. He's supposed to be some sort of crazy fifth-dimensional imp that can just manipulate reality, unless you trick him into saying his name backwards twice, and all this other stupid leprechaun bullshit.
So let's begin.
Then there's no time to waste.
We're gonna start with... Oh my god, our boy Superman! Oh, I know people say he's like a really bad Vanguard, but like, he's doing his best. Doesn't he look great? Superman!
What do you mean he'd be a really bad Vanguard? I swear, he'd be the best Vanguard in the game. He's the Man of Steel. He's literally invulnerable. I mean, I guess... Sorry. I guess if you were talking about characters that have kryptonite or use magic that he's not particularly invulnerable to or something, maybe, but like, I mean, come on, it's Superman.
Superman, for me, is the quintessential DC guy. But it's really funny, right? Because normally when I think of DC, I kind of think about Batman. And I mean, why would
the movies.
The model is cake the...
Oh god. I paused right here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we think of Batman because of the movies, but Superman is like the, you know, the not just DC superhero, just the superhero, right? You think of superhero, you think of generic superhero, you think of a guy dressed like Superman, not like Batman. Batman's very much unique to DC. You think of DC, you might think of Batman, but you think of superheroes, you think of Superman. I think that's the difference. And I think even then, the reason we think of... I can't believe I'm doing this while looking at a screenshot of the fucking Batman's rubber ass from the movies. But it makes my point, I guess, that... You know, this kind of... Hold on. This kind of supports my point, though, that, like... Come on, can I get to the thing? Can I get to the thing? Yeah, there we go. It kind of gets to my point, though, that I'm pretty sure the reason we think of Batman first when we think of DC rather than Superman is because of all the movies. Like, Superman had the Christopher Reeve stuff, which is really good, mind you. Christopher Reeve is great. He's always going to be the definitive Superman as far as I'm concerned. Corner Sweat's did a very good job as Superman in the new movie, but, I mean, come on, it's very clear he's doing an homage to Christopher Reeve. But, like, Batman's just had so many movies that he's taken over the DC cultural zeitgeist. It's just quantity over quality, I guess you could say.
Maybe the model is cake the fuck up. But Superman is like the DC guy. Like 1938. I do think that Superman is one of those characters
old as shit.
That when you think superhero, you usually think of him. But you wanna know why you're gonna make fun of me? It's not the cape, it's not the big fucking logo splasted in the middle of his chest. It's the underwear on the outside. The tiny whities on the outside of the suit.
Yeah, wrestler underwear. Let's go.
Superman, also known as Clark Kent, Kal-El, whatever you want to call him, dweeb. He's a big old sweetie, and I will say that his.
Yes, this is something. This is why the Kill Bill speech is so stupid, right? The Kill Bill speech tries to make the claim that, and people have run with the Kill Bill speech, even though it's literally the speech from the villain of the movie. I don't think that got the implication that maybe it's not the correct worldview. This is literally the worldview of the villain. The speech of the Kill Bill movie that has basically ruined an entire generation's view of Superman. This idea that Superman is the real identity and Clark Kent is the mask that Superman puts on, and that Superman himself, that he looks down on humanity, right? That the implication, and it wasn't even an implication, it was explicitly said, that Clark Kent is how Superman views humanity, as weak, fragile, little, timid creatures that he looks down on as inferior to him. When that's not true at all. Not by any means. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It's the total opposite. Because sure, Superman is an alien with superpowers, right? But that's not how he was raised. He was born Kal-El of Krypton, but he was raised as Clark Kent of Smallville. That's how he was raised. He was raised as a normal human farm boy from Kansas. That's Superman. He's timid and shy and meek and a little, he's a little good Christian boy because that's how he was raised. Right? That's who he is. He's a good kid who is given superpowers and uses those superpowers to help people because he feels it's his duty. That's what he should do with his superpowers, is help people, because that's how he was raised. It's not because he has some sort of god complex that he should lord his power over others. It's the opposite. And I'm so glad that people have learned to accept that over time, that the dynamic, the paradigm is shifting back towards that when it comes to Superman, because goddamn, that Kill Bill speech really did ruin an entire generation's view of him. Oh, it was so awful. The 2000s and into the 2010s, so awful. Everything was edgy Superman this, edgy Superman that. Oh, God, it was terrible.
Design, despite how simple it is, has barely changed over the years. There's been some different costumes through the ages, some lines that contour the body, and some things that like have different boots, or maybe the tidy whities are made more like shorts. But for the most part, he has kept about the same consistent design for 80-something years now. The
Almost 100.
I actually love his hair. And again, he's like deceptively simple as a DC superhero.
Yeah, that's unnerving to think about.
Suit, he has his tidy whities, he has his
one
skin,
more
he gets his
decade.
energy from the sun. He's a good boy. And you know what? He's very handsome. It's a design that's mainly meant to like highlight his physique more than anything else, because this is like the era of superheroes where it was like, oh, costumes have to be painted on, mama. So look at those muscles.
He's a
Rippling
circus
pectorals,
bodybuilder.
mama. And you can see them so clearly. And there's also a white bird next to him to show how goody he is. These are from the comics, right? So, like, this is how they kind of, like, introduce some characters. I actually really like these as a way to see the characters how they look in modern days, because the composition is beautiful. I like that, again, he usually gets his power from sunlight. You can very clearly see that in the picture. The clouds frame
Those
his body.
good old
The cape frames his
Kryptonian
body. We have the
cells.
birds in the sky as well. It's a bird, it's a plane, oh, it's Superman. In general, I do like his color scheme.
Which he can also get his power from, like, I believe he gets supercharged from the light from a white dwarf star, just as he gets depowered from the light of a red star. I think it was a white dwarf. It was either a white dwarf or like the blue sunlight bullshit or whatever the fuck. There was some other version of sunlight that supercharges him. I may be getting my green. No, that's the blue thing is Green Lantern. That's not Superman. I'm pretty sure it is a white dwarf that like supercharges him even more than yellow sunlight does.
Even though it like came out of like the very limited printing stuff that we could do back in the day, the glizzy color scheme still holds up. It's a very solid one. It's nicely contrasted, but it's not complementary colors. It would be really bad if it was like green instead of blue. And we have a nice little yellow accent here and there to just kind of brighten things up a little bit. And
Green
then
jump
he has
scare.
like no mask or anything, because apparently people from Metropolis, mama, they're fucking stupid.
You are Superman, aren't you?
Lois, look, we've been through these hallucinations.
No, see, it's...
You are Superman, aren't you?
Hold on.
Lois, look, we've been...
See, this right here. See that? There's good old Christopher Reeve, right? This right here, it's not the glasses. It's not the glasses that, trick people. I mean, Guy Gardner, from the new movie at least, makes it clear that, you know, he thinks it's the glasses that trick people into thinking Clark Kent isn't Superman. You know, he calls it the hypno glasses or whatever the fuck. But the thing that does it is behavior and posture. Superman and Clark Kent behave like two completely different people, even if they look similar. Even if they look almost the same. They behave completely differently. Superman is tall, strong, confident, right? Every stride he makes is in confidence, and he's constantly standing up perfectly straight with his immensely broad shoulders out and proud, right? Clark Kent, meanwhile, is not only wearing the glasses, but also he's usually like maybe hunched over a little bit. He's meeker. He's stuttering over his words, like, oh sorry, you know, that kind of thing. He's very shy. He's quieter than Superman. He's clearly not as confident in himself as Superman is. It's nowhere near the same. He's a completely different person. Like, in terms of behavior, they act like two completely different people. And that's what tricks everybody. You know? You see Superman on TV, and, you know, someone at the Daily Planet will see Superman on TV, And they might take a glance over at Clark and think, oh, Clark looks kind of like Superman. But immediately they're going to like shake their head and go, no, it's not him. He's not Superman. It's Clark. It's Clark. Clark is a shy nerd from, he's a shy, nerdy little farm boy from Smallville. He's not Superman. Can't be. No. That's what makes the reveal so shocking. That this meek little reporter is actually the greatest superhero in the multiverse.
Through these hallucinations.
Like, I watched My Adventures with Superman, right? Loved it. And I lost my shit that people see this manimal of a person, right? And they're like, oh my god, Superman. And then he puts on glasses and a geeky sweater and, like, he's still built. And people are like, oh my god, hi, Clark. It's like, are you fucking blind?
Again, because Clark is a
nerd.
Yeah, see, there's Guy Gardner.
You know who he is.
Like, the idea is that he's supposed to have, like, a different aura, right? But that only works if you're fairly generic. You're a man hunk.
Superman was created as a response to his creators facing social issues at the time. In essence, he's a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
Yeah, honest to God, it's like all the world's problems could be solved by one man.
The S
Thank you.
is the Kryptonian symbol for hope.
Oh, I was gonna ask if that's for super or did it have something else because it shows up a lot in like the show, but like apparently S means hope. Thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely some retcon shit.
Character that has a kryptonite item of any variety equipped.
I know, they're gonna have to start banning those in competitive.
Ma and Pa Kent was a good boy.
They did, that's the worst part. There's nothing intimidating about
Has
this
Green
man
Arrow
at all.
ever
He's such a
used...
sweetie.
I just thought about this. Has Green Arrow ever used a kryptonite arrow? That feels like it would be an obvious thing to have done before, but I don't know.
Technically, there were different Superman across eras. Like Golden Age Soups was a different person to post-crisis Soups. But
I mean, that's very common with these
Yeah, there's the
comics, though,
multiverse.
There's different iterations of the characters at a time.
Golden Age
oh
Superman
god,
just
Darkest
straight
Night
up
Superman.
had whatever powers
Blackest
the
Night,
writers
sorry.
wanted.
In Smallville, when he got X-ray vision, he just used it to ogle a teacher.
Superman technically has a bigger chest than Wonder Woman.
Man titty, baby. Thank you.
Wearing underwear because Lois Lane wears the pants.
Yeah, she does. And yeah, that's Superman. Now let's check out the villain that comes with Superman in the roster.
And now, because of this alien's interference, you expect me to eat $1 billion?
Open the window. Anyway, yeah, Lex Luthor's strategist. Yeah, strategist works, I think. I mean, Lex Luthor, if you want to go with Lex Luthor in the suit, in his anti-Superman suit, he'd probably be like a Vanguard or something, but other than that, yeah, strategist. Because he's definitely not facing people head on. Again, unless he has his anti-Superman suit.
To Superman, Lex Luthor. Wow, you're old. Wow, you're old.
Oh yeah,
I thought
there's
he was,
OG,
like, younger.
OG
maybe
Lex.
that's just the movie version. Wow, you're old. Also, where did the suit come from? I thought you were just a rich dude. Bald.
Yeah.
Powers. Genius.
How do you think he got the suit? With all of his money. And stealing 40 cakes. That's as many as 4 10s, and that's terrible.
Level intellect, inaccessible wealth, political influence. And that's enough to foil Superman?
Well, yeah, think about it like this, right? Lex Luthor does everything under the table. As far as a lot of his stuff as far as a lot of his schemes are concerned, he tries to do everything as above the board as possible, while trying to keep things that are under the table as disconnected from him as possible. Because so long as he's doing things above the board and Superman has no proof that Lex has done anything wrong, Superman can't touch him because Superman follows the law. Superman's a good boy. Superman's a good boy. Superman will do everything in his power to do the right thing without just straight up breaking the rule of law. Because he believes in law and justice. You know, he's not quite like Captain America, who will who will break the law when he doesn't believe it's justified, when he doesn't believe the law is just. Superman will try to do everything within the legal system. And so Lex is able to use that to try and manipulate the situation in his favor. Until eventually he gets desperate and puts on the anti-Superman suit and decides to just start punching.
What does LexCorp make?
Everything.
The OG Lex Luthor was just a dude in an ill-fitting suit, which...
He was genuinely a real estate agent. That's all he was. He didn't even make things. Like LexCorp and all that stuff, he didn't make stuff. He was a real estate dude. He bought land. That's what kind of what supervillain do we make for Superman, the Man of Steel? Real estate mogul.
Do you know what? Bet. And he had red-pink hair energy. Now, though, for some reason, we decided he needed to be bald. Like, delete it bald. Like, you could fucking stick a toilet plunger on that, mama.
It looks far better
Can I,
bald.
like, give you guys my impression of what Lex Luthor's deal was before I saw this? Because you're gonna laugh. Okay, I thought Lex Luthor was just a dude who hung out in his skyscraper office all day and planned crimes that, like, he did on the sly. But, like, he was usually CEOing it up. And whenever he ran into Superman, he just had, like, incessantly, like, gay fantasies about him, about how he wanted to, like, fucking bend him over his desk to show the world that, like, he owned the world's strongest man or something. I'm just...
Okay, that may be a little bit of a projection from the hentai artist, but, his relationship with Superman is certainly very one-sided and extremely petty. As far as Lex is concerned, in his extremely narcissistic worldview, Superman is the obstacle to human evolution. That so long as humans are relying on an alien to protect them, then they will never grow into something greater than themselves. Now, of course, this is also fueled by his own ego, because in reality, Lex just wants everybody to rely on him instead of Superman, but he projects that into this sort of humanity first philosophy that he touts every single time he starts ranting about Superman. And it falls apart the moment you start to actually interrogate him, which again happens in the new movie, which is pretty cool.
Just seeing a dude in a wannabe Iron Man costume. What happened? No, Lily, that's kind of true. Wait, it is?
Kryptonite.
Oh god, yep, here we go.
Oh. See, that's foreplay.
Why did you leave me?
Oh my god! No, I thought you guys were kidding. This is sex. This is toxic yaoi on my timeline. More. Just hair grab, the shirt is off. This is a scene straight from, like, a gay, you know. Dude, no, this is fucking gay. This is yaoi on my fucking, the Fujoshi in me is thrilled. Why are you straddling him? Rip it off. Rip it
Okay,
off.
look, I can't defend this. I can't defend this stuff.
Who's your daddy?
I thought you guys were joking.
The Justice League shows got weird sometimes, okay?
There's your short for next week. Fucking hell. Oh my god. No, mama, that was sex. I will say, though, I like this for, like, the game more than him in just his normal business suits. Because, like, mama, what the fuck is he gonna DPS with? A fucking ballpoint pen? No. It's a really fun color scheme. I like that the bald head is on display. You can probably blind people with that, okay? Musculature is really
Extremely
nice. Composition for
bald.
the suit is goated. I also really like the rubble
polishes
and, like,
that
the
shit.
background as if to say that, like, we just landed, right? So that's pretty fucking cool. Aggressive face wrinkles. Like, holy shit, I have a French bulldog, and, like, this is someone who put their skill points into folds, mama. It's so fucking, like, cool how they gave him, like, a robot suit and stuff. Because, like, yeah, she
Like I said, I'm not used to doing reaction videos,
so...
so...
Good fucking luck, by the way. But, like, this is the best thing he can do to, like, toe-to-toe. But, like, Lex is also, like, an underhanded gay, so he slips kryptonite into everything. He's just that underhanded, mama. He's even wearing kryptonite colors, okay? Yeah, it's either that or use kryptonite steroids, which is not fair at all.
A little steroidal cocktail for strength and...
A few moments later.
My tests indicate you have a rare...
Yep, there's the cancer clip.
Okay, someone whose superpower is listed as inexhaustible wealth is not going to play fair, chat. It's a great design, though, and I also like the purple chastity belt. Great face. Like, he barely has eyebrows, but, like,
you
it's
gotta
like,
protect the
I don't know,
jewels,
it's that,
alright?
like, wealthy Neanderthal look that we know and love for fucking Lex Luthor. Which kind of, like, it makes it a vibe. Because, like, you look at Clark, and he's, like, very wide-open facial features, like, no wrinkle, big round eyes, nice full brows, wavy beautiful hair, and then you look at Lex's, like, deleted bald, folds and wrinkles. Yeah, he's literally screw the rules, I have money. Do you want to be a petty motherfucker? Or do you want to be Superman's daddy? Then boy, do I have the drink for you.
There's a lot of petty motherfuckers in DC. I'm Batman.
The boy! Dude, I love Batman.
I could see Batman...
Is the taste, okay? The boy.
I could see Batman being a duelist, but I could also see him being a strategist. You know, using his gadgets to support teammates and stuff like that. Being a crowd control strategist more than a healer strategist, that kind of thing. I could see either one, you know? Either one of those works.
The absolute aura farm. Look at him! Like, Batman has had a few designs over the years. The classic one is always great, but I like Batman when he has, like, bits and bops and gadgets. Aesthetically,
I mean, he's always had gadgets.
Because I really like Gotham City. I like how dark and moody it is.
He had bat anti-shark spray.
I love the gothic elements of the character. I like that we went with bats because we are scared of bats, so we embrace our fear, you know? Design-wise, he's not
impose your fear on everybody else.
I think that's his thing. Genuinely love his design so much. The dark colors, the big bat logo, the cape is gigantic, his mask is super cool. Do those look like bat ears? No, I thought Batman was a cat for the longest time, mama. But I still really like the aesthetic. I like the
they're metaphorical.
I like that, like, this mofo has no superpowers. He's literally, like, fucking smart. He's good at martial arts. Again, inexhaustible wealth. Like, Bruce's main fucking thing is that he's rich. Cash fucking money. But the thing I like...
But yeah, that's the side of Bruce Wayne. Those are the powers of Bruce Wayne specifically. When it comes to Batman, though, he has trained himself to peak physical human condition. Like, it's to the point that it is functionally impossible for a human to be physically superior to Batman in any way without adopting some kind of external superhuman ability. That's how peak Batman is as an actual fighter. That's where a lot of the powers come in as far as actual fighting is concerned. Not to mention, as it mentions there, deductive skill, you know, being the greatest detective in the world. Being able to solve just about any crime given enough time and evidence, right? I mean, obviously, but he's more akin to Columbo, where he's able to see everything in a crime scene. You know, he won't miss a single thing. He'll find even the slightest lead, which means no one can escape him. But yeah, it's that double-sided. It's the two sides of the Batman. Is the Batman himself, the actual crime fighter who's in peak physical condition beating the shit out of people, or Bruce Wayne, the guy who has to pretend to not be that and just buy off his troubles. Not to mention there was that whole time where he became the literal cosmic god of knowledge, but we're not going to elaborate on that.
About Batman is I love the attitude. The attitude of, like, yes, I know that I shouldn't be doing this. This is vigilanteism, but I don't give a shit, you know? Like, the darkness, the broodiness, the, like, I'm Batman. I love that bullshit, and that's why, like, aesthetically, I do prefer Batman to Superman. But I do think that the hero just kind of, like, embraces that weirdness, you know? And then you see the old design, and you're like, what the fuck happened? Batman's old design is so fucking funny because it's not nearly as intimidating because, like, instead of black, the cape is blue, and, like, we have the very obvious tidy-whities and the very silly mask. And I've seen so many old Batman memes that I cannot take it seriously.
Adam West.
The gray is so light that it contrasts
R.I.P.
incredibly
Adam
hard with
West.
the black, and it looks funny. Meanwhile, in the modern iteration
glorious,
of Batman,
glorious
we have like the lighting
bastard.
down to a science, so it's not super high contrast, but it still really stands out. The reason why he's blue is because you're right. Old school comics, black ink is expensive because you make it by mixing 3 colors, so they had to use other colors. Batman approaches killing is bad. That's why I beat up bad guys until they were wish they.
Kind of like how part of the reasoning behind why Super Saiyan hair is blonde is because it was either at the suggestion of either Toriyama's inker or his editor to make it blonde. And the secret reasoning behind it being that it meant they wouldn't have to use as much ink constantly coloring in the hair.
They were dead. Yeah, wasn't it Batman's thing that, like, he doesn't use guns ever? Like, he doesn't resort to lethal force ever, which is why the Joker's still running around fucking unchecked. You wanna see one of my favorite memes? This is where I watched my parents die. Fish sticks. Like... So yeah, Batman is the tits. I love his aesthetic.
I would assume you too would also have quite the aversion to firearms if a criminal with a firearm murdered your parents when you were a small child.
I love how dark and gloomy it is, but I also like that he's a fairly good superhero or anti-hero overall. Love the use of color, love the symbolism behind the superhero, love his backstory too, because I do know Batman. And I do appreciate this motherfucker when it comes to like the DC heroes quite a bit, because he just doesn't do things the same way as everybody else does.
Oh. If you haven't already, go watch Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. You gotta. It's fucking beautiful. Oh god, Absolute Batman. I'm surprised that we didn't get to see Absolute Superman earlier. Absolute Superman's pretty sick.
I actually really like the Absolute Batman design. Like, that's a beautiful cover. Brilliant composition, great use of color.
He is
I
ripped.
love the intensity in his silhouette. I love the wings. Look at those legs, though! You cannot tell me that the composition for this cover is not stellar, though. All right. Let's move on.
Scott Snyder, man.
Villain unit. Let's go. I think we all know who this is gonna be, though.
Too easy. Played you like a violin and cut your strings. Nighty-night, Bats.
I'm the Joker, baby.
Yeah, that's funny. That's the kind of humor we do on this show.
Who the fuck else is going
another
to
one
be?
Again, another one I could see being both a duelist and a like a crowd control debuff sort of strategist, because of all his little like tricks and gadgets and things.
A villain unit for
Also,
Batman.
this is
Okay,
one
start
hell
with
of
the
an
background.
image
Hi,
to use for
Bruce.
Joker.
She's so mad. Now, I actually really like Joker's design from a character design standpoint, because he's like a phenomenal example of how to like use shape language to the best of your ability, not to mention how to use that shape language to really exaggerate features and make him look incredibly uncanny. His outfit's colors are associated with villainy. Toxic green, purple, we have an accent in the yellow vest, and that's about it. Everything about him is pointy, angular, and triangular, okay? Look at his jaw. Look at the shape of the smile. Look at the coattails, how pointy the tie is. The fucking big eyes.
That's the kind of head shape that should not be physically
wild.
possible.
There were some types of Joker where I think he deadass bleached his skin. I don't know if that's the current canon or what, but like, I find the idea.
As far as I'm aware, Joker's current situation is that the bleached skin is it was a result of the vat that he fell into, like we just saw there. The vat is that was the thing that like it bleached his skin, it gave him a permanent smile, as well as like driving him no pun intended batshit, all that stuff, and he just kind of rolled with it, and I think added on like the red makeup and stuff, because he used to be the Red Hood before the modern Red Hood took up the name instead.
Of someone intentionally dressing themselves up as a clown, never stopping to smile, and then just committing crime. Fascinatingly spooky.
That's my cue.
But then again, DC canon is really weird about it.
Because Batman is an incredibly stoic person. Like, he doesn't emote much, except for when, like, fish sticks died.
Because DC canon is constantly changing, depending on the multiverses and the timelines and all that bullshit.
I'm sorry. But, like, for the most part, Batman doesn't really say much, but the Joker is all emotion.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
All unstable, all incredibly unhinged, and a super fun villain.
I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS, no, thank you.
Which, he's never gonna be rid of this clown. You guys know this, right? They can throw him in jail 50,000 times and never gonna get rid of him. And his powers are actually hilarious, because it's like, he's unpredictable chaos agent, customized weapons, weird a toxin that causes victims to die of laughter. That one I didn't know. Ew,
yeah.
Bitch, Joker, what the fuck, no bad. There's been a lot of
he uses that tool constantly.
Over the years. My personal favorite being Heath Ledger's Joker, because completely unhinged, but
everybody
like
loves the Heath Ledger Joker.
I think it's so compelling and so weird, and like it's a really fun vibe, and especially as a foil to Batman, just in terms of personality. And design-wise, it's so fun to see how, like, angular and lanky and weird he is compared to Batman's incredibly reliable use of squares, as you guys know. Also, notice how the design has not really changed much over the years. It's so iconic, and it's so good that you don't really need to change it, do you? Now, I know that the Absolute comics have completely different vibes, but for, like, base Joker, in-game, like, Joker...
In the Absolute comics, the Joker is not a person. Not necessarily. In the Absolute comics... Absolute Joker is a cosmic horror that lives underneath Gotham and has essentially been the sole reason Gotham has been a shithole for its entire existence. That's Absolute Joker.
This is what we're going with.
Batman, I caught a little Pokemon.
Oh God.
What Pokemon did you catch?
Why are you like in bondage?
Caught a little honey, Batman.
Caught a little honey.
That's terrible.
Oh no, Joker. Don't tell me.
Don't do me.
You already know, Batman. You know what I'm gonna do to that thing.
Oh no.
Joker. It's an animal, Joker. You can't.
That's amazingly well done.
There's no laws against the Pokemon, Batman.
Who originally made this?
No, Joker. No, don't do it.
The dumbest fucking... No, Joker, no! Wonder Woman! Hello, Diana! God, you're
Vanguard,
gorgeous.
yeah. Vanguard or Duelist, either one. Because, I mean, she does become the God of War.
I do not remember, but I know I like her design. Okay, Diana is actually one of the female superheroes that I know who she is at a glance without even thinking about it. Like, I love Marvel, but when it comes to their girly pop superheroes, I can actually only identify a few of them at a glance. And when it comes to DC, Wonder Woman is the one that I immediately fucking beeline to. She might be
she's
my
one
type,
of the big
honestly.
three.
Like, and how could she not be? She's a
the
gorgeous
trifecta.
woman, super tall, fucking the gladiator fit. You know what? I much prefer her current look to the OG she started with. Like, the leotard is cute,
created by a man who is obsessed with bondage.
Low-key kind of Spartan armor doesn't fit better. The crown is beautiful. It really highlights like that fucking gorgeous black hair. The whole armor frames her body so well while still maintaining the original color scheme. I love the mini skirt. She still looks strong and toned and beautiful, but now instead of feeling like a pinup girl, she deadass feels like an Amazonian fucking babe, which is why I like her, mind you. This image by itself is also stunningly beautiful. The lighting, the way that it's like twilight in the background, the lasso, the way that like they drew the pose, she's looking very triumphant. I love the shield.
They're trying to go for a very divine feel, which, you know, makes sense because, again,
because I
Greek
think
gods
it adds
and all
a little
that.
bit more aura to what would otherwise be pretty skimpy armor, believe it or not. I think that they've managed to have a way that this feels like a superhero to me, but it's also very like empowering and sexy without being like pure goon, which I like. You guys know that I like some classy sensuality. So the skirt is a much better fit for her than the leotard. And I also like that we basically turned the suit into actual armor. It fits her much nicer. Longer boots with actual pieces of knee pads, armors are a vibe. I love the silver bracelets, always have. I also like that they've added some accessories to her, like biceps, which I think greatly highlights the contrast between the gold and the silver really well. In general, I think Diana has like one of the like best
she's essentially just gained more
superheroes.
actual
She's
armor
iconic.
over time.
It's one of those things that
instead
like,
of just bracelets and nothing
DC
else.
and Marvel are never going to like see eye to eye and never going to work together, because I would have loved a version of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they did work together. We got stuff like Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, and Deadpool, stuff like that.
Diana and Marvel rivals. But
I think
no,
it was
she's a
Superman,
DC
Spider-Man.
ally. What are we gonna do, you know? She's stunning. I adore Diana. She has so much hair. She's so pretty, but she's also super nice. Now, when it comes to Wonder Woman, I've actually never seen the movies, so it's funny that I'm not super familiar with Diana's lore. But at the same time,
the movies are
I know she has her lasso of truth. I know that like her like silver bracelets are like bulletproof or something, and she's fairly strong.
They're okay.
Yeah, she's an Amazon, right? Like a dead ass Greek mythology Amazon. I saw some shots from a comic where she was
absolute
talking
Wonder
to
Woman.
Medusa, and she could actually speak to her. I saw them on Twitter, and I was like, wow, the artwork for
Again,
beautiful.
the absolute
Restored
comics
her
are just
to, like,
so
her true
good.
Gorgon form, so she could actually
So
sketch her
good.
again. And I was like, I really like that they're diving into mythology with her, with Diana. I think it fits her much nicer than just the superhero stuff. Oh, Absolute Wonder Woman. Oh, is that Absolute Wonder Woman? I would read that comic. I really like the shots that I saw.
I've heard some arguments that Absolute Wonder Woman's probably the
Oh, look
best
at
of
this.
the
This has to be a
three,
skin. That's
honestly.
beautiful. Look at her face. Guys, I'm so gay for this Wonder Woman.
Or at the
It's
very
not
least,
even
she's the
funny.
most
Oh, I love how they
superhero
rendered
of the three.
hair. That's so
The most
cute.
traditional.
Diana is probably the most famous and looked up to female character in DC.
Yeah, no, like when you think about female empowerment and you think about characters, most people think about Wonder Woman, myself included.
Wonder Woman's creator also invented the lie detector and was into bondage.
Wait, no,
Yep.
Shaw, is that real?
Truth. Her creator
Yeah,
believed
there he
that
is.
loving submission to a woman was the way to happiness.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Wonder Woman's creator sounds like a Chad. And apparently he liked threesomes.
There's a comic where Wonder Woman and Batman are trying to
Yeah, Wonder Woman's creator was all about that
Zeus tries to cover it up by throwing lightning at Batman.
exploration,
Right, okay.
if you will.
Energy. And that was Wonder Woman. Who's your villain, though? I'm very curious, because, like, I'm not very familiar with your lexicon.
Let's see what kind of god you really are.
Okay,
Ares.
so... Okay, I have a few words here about this. Ares... Okay, look, I understand using Ares, right? I get it. As far as straight-up combat is concerned, it makes sense to use Ares as, like, the foil to Wonder Woman. Because he's also, you know, this big, physically powerful brute who can go toe-to-toe with Wonder Woman physically and beat the shit out of her just as he can beat the shit out of him, yada yada yada, right? And, you know, it makes sense that he's a vanguard and all that. Because, again, Ares, god of war, he's covered in armor and shit. Obviously, he's probably going to be a tank of some kind. But, as the specific foil to her, I'm not sure. I am skeptical. I feel like you could have used Circe here. To me, that's the like definitive Wonder Woman foil is Circe, because Circe is specifically she's the opposite of Wonder Woman in just about every way, right? Circe's whole thing is that she essentially resents Wonder Woman for constantly getting favored by Athena and the other gods. And Circe is constantly trying to cook up schemes to take over the Amazonian kingdom and consequently take over the world, usually by turning men into an army of beast people, right? She's an underhanded, petty, vindictive bitch in every sense of the word. The opposite of Wonder Woman in every possible way. And so to me, that comes off as more of her proper grand foil, as opposed to Ares, who's just big bad villain to get into a fist fight with. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I get it, you picked Ares, but I still think Circe would have been the better option here.
I mean, it had to be some sort of Greek god, didn't it? Occupation's god of war. Now, Ares is here because he was, like, I think one of the first bad guys that was introduced for Diana back in the day. May I just say that I've never seen a better iteration of the God of War than this bozo, like... It's a dude in his Spartan armor for a plate of armor.
Kratos getting shade thrown at him.
I don't know if we're wearing a latex bodysuit under that or if our skin is dead-ass pitch black, but fuck it. I love the blue. I love the silver. I like that the color scheme is, like, so opposed to Diana's, it's not even funny. Diana is bright.
I do
it's
prefer
gold,
that like
it's red,
dark
and this
gold
motherfucker is like
color.
silver and dark blue and black with a lovely red accent in the eyes that just really sells it. The cape is amazing.
Yeah, on the left there, that sort of dark gold. If you just replace the eyes and make them red instead of green, I think that would probably be my favorite Ares design. Because I think the dark gold works with Ares being a god of war, because it being gold it continues to give off the idea that he is supposed to be one of the Greek gods, one of the Olympians. It's that because gold is, the grandiose color of kingship and lordship and, deities and things like that. So, but the gold also being so dark in color shows the sort of corrupted nature of Ares' behavior. So it's like sort of, it's a sort of dark god sort of thing, right?
Like he does kind of look like a Greek god. Like, if you're gonna be designing a character that's a god, you should give them something that makes them feel inhuman. And I think that like the shadowy skin and the red eyes really does the trick for Ares. I also really like the skull motifs everywhere on the armor, on the arms, on the knee pads, on the sword. The fucking like chainmail-esque like abs armor he's wearing, it's actually very Greek. And I like the like skirt too. Somehow like he has a longer skirt than Dai does, but like he feels sluttier for some reason. I guess it's the armor that's like covering the man titty. It's funny though, because like the close-up shot I got of his face is very different to like his base design, but still pretty good. And again, we're talking about opposing character designs, right? Whereas Diana's very friend-shaped, she's like voluptuous and round and very, very pretty. Ares is very pointy.
Very bright and
very
happy.
Square, very angular. It's a very chaotic silhouette.
Ares is not happy at all.
To it, mind you. But
I don't think Ares has smiled in his entire life.
The helmet is super pointy. That already gives it like mad villain energy. And it's also like fairly sharp. The eyes are red. It's like the one accent, the one warm tone on the entire thing. So it's very, very well put together. He's very angry. I mean, he's the god of war. What do you want? Like, it's a really, really solid design, I think. And I'm pretty sure that, yes, Diana has other villains to go off. But like, as a starting point, I think it's pretty solid. Like, look, there had to be some that people would think would be Globshitos in the first roster, okay? It happens. You can't fucking start with your big numbers out of the gate. It's a solid design, though. It's a really good fit. It's a great opposition to Diana's design in terms of color, composition, and shape language in general. So I think it fits. Personally, I like this.
They made your cheetah/god comic canon in-game.
Oh god, no, that one is so old. At least use newer art style.
In brightest day.
Yeah! Here comes my boy! I love the Lantern mythos so much. This is one of my favorite parts of DC. Yes!
One of the things I really know about Green Lantern is he gets the power from, like, the ring. And that's it. That's all I know. Like, there's a cosmic element to it. There's a lot of different colors, but, like...
Okay, yes. Yes, we have the emotional spectrum. The emotional spectrum here. And it's... Oh, God, I love the Green Lantern mythos and everything around it. It's probably one of, if not my favorite, part of the DC universe entirely. I don't know why, but ever since I've been in, like, middle school, I've been obsessed with it as far as DC is concerned. I love the emotional spectrum. I love the whole, drawing power from emotions and the cosmic entities involved in it. I loved the War of Light and the Blackest Night storylines. The Jeff Johns is just a fucking amazing as far as I'm concerned. I love that stuff. For anyone who's unaware, you get essentially the universe is there's this like underlying current of power and energy within the universe that is based on the fundamental basic emotions of all sapient life. And in DC, that manifests as willpower, rage, hope, fear, greed, love, and compassion. Those are the basic ones. And all of those emotions are filtered into and manifest in the physical universe through the light spectrum, which is why each emotion has a corresponding color. Why, like, willpower is green, red is rage, fear is yellow, love is pink or violet, compassion is indigo, greed is orange, hope is blue, stuff like that. And then if you combine them all, then you get the white light of life itself, which is, you know, exactly what you think it is. It's power over the entire emotional spectrum, and in turn, the power over life in a pure sense. And then there's the total absence of emotion and the total absence of life, and that's how you get the Black Lanterns, who are all zombies that feed off the emotions of living creatures. And, you know, you get Necron and the Black Hand and the whole Blackest Night shit and all that.
That's the only thing I know about the Green Lantern, all right? I will say, though, and this is one of the very rare cases where I prefer his original.
And it allows for so much creativity, too.
In the world of Junji Ito Anatomy drew this, but that is an insanely long torso. Holy shit. Long,
okay, yeah, I don't know who drew this, but that was that art in particular. Okay. I will admit this art in particular is questionable, but Hal usually looks way cooler than this. This is just a particularly weird looking picture of Hal. I don't know why this one was used. I don't know who drew it. Hal usually looks much better than this. But yeah, I mean, this is the other part that I like so much about the Lantern stuff. There's so much creativity in it, because the only limit to a Lantern's power is their imagination, especially Green Lanterns. As long as they can envision something, they can make it using hard light constructs. And so that leads to some really crazy shit.
Like the main accent color for this. The white gloves are a pretty nice touch too. And other than that, it's just like a green bodysuit. The mask, I think, is like my favorite part of his costume. I like the like white eyes, and I like that it covers his nose for the most part. But yeah, I will say that this is not my favorite DC design. For something that's like a fucking alien cosmic thing, at least this iteration of Green Lantern, I don't love. I need a little bit more oomph and a little bit less long.
It's simple so that it can fit onto just about any alien body you create.
Oh, I would do great with these superpowers. I would annihilate the planet. I have the willpower of like several people. He's weak to piss. No! But yeah, the design
that used to be true.
Opinion. Not bad, but not
it used to be the color yellow, but now it's actually like the light of fear, not just
but I think
yellow.
I preferred it when it was like a green onesie.
That's another old
the
thing.
Weirdly positioned cut on the waist that gives him super long butt.
I'm kinda disappointed they went with Hal for the Green Lantern in DC Allies. Yes, he's the iconic one, but he's boring.
Yeah, but usually they go for iconic, you know? Like, they're not gonna use the design that, like, no one knows.
Each color of light represents an emotion, and each emotion powers the different lanterns.
Yeah, there's Kyle.
We have rage, greed, fear, will, hope, love, and compassion.
Give me the violet/pink shit. Thank you.
There is a Green Lantern that is a sentient planet.
Yep. Mogo, the living planet.
Everyone who says it should have been John Stewart as the game's first Green Lantern. Unfortunately, you've got to think of it from a marketing and game design perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Think about like what the suits wanted to go with.
Makes much more sense for release GL kit.
Yeah.
The boxing glove attack stands out a lot. Hal used to date this underage alien girl or something. And there was a comic where she got aged up, and he's like, and I promise this is an actual quote, I can't wait to tell everyone I'm not a PDF file.
What? Holy shit, ew, no.
No, Bruce. She's actually
the old shit was weird.
Wave! Thank God that got retcon. Yeah.
Old comics, man.
Green Lantern.
God damn. Can't defend that shit. Sorry.
Green Arrow now, Hal Jordan. This just keeps getting better.
Es Sinestro.
Oh, dude, that's just like Red Mega Man. He's a Piss Lantern. Piss Master.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh.
Founder of the Sinestro Corps.
Has he always been a Piss Master? Like, he has
No.
some blue in his color.
Yeah, I don't know why they did the whole blue thing with his outfit, like, ever. I mean, the story got changed a little bit to be like he was a Green Lantern who thought the Green Lanterns were little bitches because they didn't kill people or some shit. So he eventually discovered the power of the yellow light of fear and abandoned the Green Lanterns in favor of it and created the Sinestro Corps in his name using the yellow light. But for some reason, for a good while there, he stuck with this weird blue outfit. But, I mean, they changed it eventually to him actually wearing yellow like he should have from the start.
Color scheme originally, like, dude, the fucking red face with, like, the little baby mustache makes him look like he either is hella constipated or we need some anger management like yesterday.
He's a Star Trek alien.
His colors are
you know?
not helping your color scheme, baby boo.
Just a dude with new face
some
paint.
way to make it seem like, oh, look, an alien, but like, it's like no bitches version red. God forbid someone use the color yellow. Oh no, the use of yellow in this picture is actually great. I just think that like against the red skin tone might not have been the best pick. The blue
I mean, it
works
does
better
pop
for him.
quite a bit.
The design, I think, you know what? Like, his suit is nicer than Green Lantern's. Like, how?
And it is quite
like,
a contrast to
he has,
how.
Like, the super cool arm bracers. I love the pattern on the actual fucking, like, onesie. I like the belt. I like the symbol for it. I can see it in his, like, fucking cronies in the background, too. I like that we went for the piss one for DC Allies, though, because... yes, the color scheme is not my favorite, but like it really like goes to show that it's like the foil to the Green Lantern, you know?
I can only imagine
What's
if
the
DC Allies were
Lantern's
real, they
power?
would have
What's that
added
for? Fear.
they would have added
Wait,
Atrocitus
so
already.
willpower can... oh yeah, that makes sense actually. I like the vibe and I love his face. I also really like the aggressive widow's peak that he has. Like his hairline is fucking insane. It goes hard.
Which, hey, I'm not against
I
it.
also like that
Atrocitus
in
would
the
be a
more
cool
modern
character to
iteration, they
play
make his
as in a
ear
game like
slightly
that.
pointy, but like, yeah, he looks like he's molding constantly.
Shut your mouth, you stupid little troll!
Did you know nobody expected the guy named Sinestro to betray?
Dude, his name is literally Sinister. What do
Yeah.
you mean?
Nobody expected Sinestro to be sinister. Hey, Barry!
The fastest man alive.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Strategist? Really? You could have made him a
his
duelist.
costume was tragic.
I don't know how he'd support people
What
as the
fuck is that
Flash.
costume? They literally gave him just jeans, like little baby gay boots and a sweater and a stupid helmet.
Okay, no, that's
What
Jay
the fuck? He
Garrick.
looks so
That's
bad
not
in
that's
the
not
OG.
Barry.
How dare
Hold
you
on.
What? The new one is much better. I love the like fucking
There's
cherry
Barry.
red form slut suit that he has now. And he just has like those stupid little flashes on the side of his ears. And I do like that they add like the streaks of light to him while he's running. And I like the yellow lightning bolt on his chest. But other than that, it's a fairly simple costume, isn't it? There's some
Simplicity
yellow
at
accents
its
here and
finest,
there
yeah.
to, like show where the costume is put together, which I actually love. Constructing outfits like this, chat, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
how do you show off someone's
Spandex
red and powerful?
and lycra
no,
are
bleh.
incredibly difficult.
How do you show off someone is fast and powerful? Red, so you can see them, and lightning bolts, because lightning equals fast.
To work with because of the stretch of the fabric, okay? Making superhero costumes
He's
like this is not
fast.
easy. They oftentimes require quite a bit of paneling and a lot of fittings to get that thing to match really well with your body. So seeing kind of how like the outfit is put together with like the lightning pattern, I actually like it quite a bit. It's a trend in more modern superhero outfits that they add like where the musculature goes, where the seams of the costume
What
are.
is that pose? Daredevil, what are you doing?
Not even a little bit. Ironically,
Oh,
like,
that was
people
the
like
Last
Edna
Stand
Mode
Spider-Man
from The
suit.
Incredibles would be incredibly valuable in superhuman societies because you have to have an incredibly good knowledge of human anatomy to make a costume that's this well fitting. You would need to be a hell of a tailor to make this, you know? But the Flash's outfit is just really, really fun. It's iconic. It's super simple, but it gets the job done. Red is a very, like, sports car color. People who have very flashy personalities, pun intended, tend to go for red. And I think that for the Flash, that is definitely the case in some iterations.
I've got a fresh lead. Carry on.
It's very aggressive. It's a primary color, and it's also a color that is incredibly eye-catching. So making a costume that is bright red for a character that moves very, very quickly...
Yeah, and Barry never
therefore would be
changed
normally
his
very hard to
costume
perceive,
either.
It's actually a very great choice. Very bold, I would say.
It's just
Because you
always
can't
been
lose
this
it.
way.
High contrast also does this, but I do think that the Flash being red is an excellent choice. Much easier to follow, much more fun, and definitely plays into like a more flashy personality, you know?
Hey.
Friends.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen is another great example. He's like bright fucking red with yellow accents.
And there's a movie where
Friends.
he's like, well, Flash, once again.
Looks like you're the bottom, and I'm the top.
Oh, no.
Which I'm sure isn't supposed to sound
Oh god,
sexual.
yeah, the top guy.
But it does!
In fairness to Jake,
Flash has some of the weirdest, like, low-level villains. It's really
They were
funny.
also figuring out the costume bit, I think. Yeah. Thank you. I'm really glad that they nailed the aesthetic, though. Arizona Miller got in, like, so much...
Flash's villains are so funny because they're all just so petty. He rarely has, like, full-on supervillains. He mostly just has, like, gangs of super crooks, you know? I think, isn't that an anime, actually, Super Crooks? Whatever. He mostly has gangs of super criminals that he deals with, rather than proper super villains with, like, big destructive plans or anything. You know? Like, the rogues and shit like that, which, by the way, gotta say, the rogues, some of the chillest villains you could ever possibly have. Because the rogues themselves admit they're not in it for the violence or any actual, like, cruelty towards other people. They're just selfish. They're just selfish pricks, and that's their whole thing. Like, the rogues make it a point, it's a rule within the rogues to not hurt people. Or at the very least, not kill people. You don't kill people. You especially do not kill fucking children. If you do kill fucking children, if you do kill a child, it is open season on your ass. As far as the rogues are concerned, you have forfeited your living privileges the moment you dare lay a finger on a child. That's the way the rogues operate. The rogues are pretty much just bank robbers and just about nothing else. If any of them engages in something more intense, they abandon them very quickly.
Fucking trouble, but he was like...
And they respect Flash. There's like this weird mutual respect between the Flash and all of his villains.
They need to nerf that. They really need to nerf that, otherwise he's unplayable. You're right. Thank you. Alright, okay, now let's see the Flash's villain.
Except for this one.
I love what you've done with the place.
Reverse
Except
Flash
for you,
piss!
Eobard.
And you can tell it's fucking Reverse Flash because there's people dying and crying in the foreground. I like that the lightning bolts are droopy. They make him smile like Wally from fucking Warframe, and they just reversed the color scheme and made it like piss outfit with like red boots.
Because instead of drawing, his speed from the Speed Force, he draws his speed from other people.
He steals speed. What the fuck does that mean? This is the pettiest one, right? Hater of haters.
Yes,
so Eobard Thawne is.
Eobard Thawne is just a time traveling hater. Because he was a Flash superfan who went back in time to basically meet the Flash and try and be his sidekick, only to realize the Flash already had people around him and he didn't need Eobard in any capacity. And then Eobard finds out that the Flash dies to his greatest villain, and he finds out that that villain is himself because he becomes the Reverse Flash. And after realizing this, Eobard basically fulfills the self-fulfilling prophecy and becomes the Reverse Flash out of basically sheer petty hatred for the Flash not validating him 24/7. So pretty much Eobard's entire motivation for screwing over the Flash the way he does is, if I can't have you, then nobody can.
Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you lied as she touched your leg?
Who does
It was me, Barry.
It was me, Barry. I you off at super speed so it'd seem like you at just a woman's touch.
Okay, Wave, you're gonna have to censor like half of this, but yes. Mama! Again,
It was
I don't
me,
have a ton to say about
Barry.
this outfit because it's just like a recolor of Flash's, but I will say I like how menacing he looks.
He
and
would
I like
do
the
that, though.
droopy,
He
like,
is that
looks I
petty.
do. I think they're funny. Petty piss man.
He erased Barry's best friend just to make him grow up lonely.
That's so mean!
Yeah.
What a...
He killed Barry Allen's
I need to
mother.
recover after the-
He erased his
No,
best
I'm
friend
still
from
shooketh.
existence.
Also, by the way, I have 40
Whole
of
9
these, but
yards.
in the leaked DC Allies files, there's like 200 and something heroes, so we have a lot to go through. So for now, I'm gonna leave it at this. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Who do you guys want to see added to DC Allies, mama?
And oh yeah, and there's her G subs flavor, whatever it is. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to call it for me as well. I hope you all enjoyed this little reaction thing. Oh, there's my subscriber goal on Twitch. By the way, if you haven't already, go follow me on Twitch as well. I stream pretty much on a regular basis on weekdays. But yeah, that's what we're going to call it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little reaction stream thing. It's certainly not normal as far as what I usually do, but after seeing that little short of Kinkymation giving the thumbs up to people to react to her stuff and figuring, hey, I might have some interesting little bits of input here and there. Why not give it a try at least, right? No harm in at least giving it a shot, you know? Especially since I can upload this as a little supplemental thing in the meantime, since, well, PAX is coming up, as well as Rose City Comic Con, and I'll be very, very busy with that, so I'll be uploading this sometime before PAX starts as an extra little piece of content for you all to enjoy while I am busy with convention shenanigans. I will make a recap video after all is said and done, by the way. But yes, that will be it for me for today. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later. And lastly, a special thank you shout out to Mike Uniturtle, Scarlet, and TheRatMan. Thank you for the $5.